Hello, folks. So, welcome to part 32 of Learning Rust series. This is part of my 100 Days of Rust, and I'm on day 15. So, the last exercise that we did was around move semantics, which was the sixth exercise. And I think I was sleepy when I was doing this, but I did it. Yep, I was just going through this whole thing again, and like I was figuring out what's going on here. So, Rust is great, toString. So, toString is basically giving you a string or here. So, the string literal to string. And then, so this is a string literal, and you can see it's a reference to str. So you have string slices. String literals are apparently string slices. So get character. So it's weird that you don't do anything much with this. You just simply get the characters. Consumes iterate, returning the last element, and then unwrap returns the. Okay, so basically gets the last element and then unwraps. Like it doesn't really do much. And then string uppercase. So this two uppercase is actually not going to change the data itself. Instead, it returns. So if you see here, returns the uppercase equivalent of the string size as a new string. So it's a new string. It's not like the existing string modified. It's defined according to the terms of Unicode in some characters. Blah, blah, blah. So this returns the uppercase string as a new string without modifying the original, right? So it does not modify this. So this mutation is required just because you put the data on the left over here and then you mutating the same data over here. So yeah. And yeah, since the ownership moves here, data becomes not useful anymore over here. So for example, you can't do something like this over here. That would give an error. So it's a very weird kind of program just to help you learn stuff. But in a real world, this doesn't make sense at all because I mean, I usually wouldn't print stuff in a function. I would, as much as possible, just return stuff and take care of printing completely in like one process, some orchestrating process or something like that. So so move occurs because data has type string which does not implement copy to rate. So it's on the heap. Value moved here, but value borrowed here after the move. So, created of this. So now, so this exercise is all good. So let's move on to the next one. Cool. So now we have structs. Awesome. So I've never learned structs, so this is going to be new. Cannot find value green in the scope. Okay. Green. So there's a lot of cannot find value green, cannot find value unit like struct in the scope. Unused import super colon. Okay. I actually have no idea about how to do imports in Rust, but you're going to learn. So let's explain this thing alone once. Explain cat unresolved name. Okay, I think we've seen this before. So unresolved name does not exist and stuff like that. Unused input is a warning and then cannot find. Okay, yeah, cool. So now let me go to the first error for this so that we know where we're looking at. Cool. So address all the to-dos to make the test pass, execute hint. Okay. So struct color classic struct. Okay. So it's I mean, something goes here. Okay. Something will. Okay. So it's a classic struct. This is a tuple struct. Okay, so classic struct, you have curly braces. Tuple struct, you have parentheses. Okay. So zero implementations, interesting. I'm not sure what that means. I think it means there are different like methods, zero methods tied to the struct. I don't know. Unit like struct. Okay. There's no curly brace or parentheses, like no tuple type thing or classic thing. It's a unit. It's a single unit, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what this derived debug means, or even what these hash and open square bracket means. There are also some square brackets here and then CFG test. So this film you've seen from long ago, but basically I'm not sure what this syntax is all about. Something to learn. We have module. So yeah, you can hover over that and new module tests. This is unused apparently, and then you have the classic C struct. I don't know why it's called classic C though. Instantiate a classic C struct. Okay, classic color struct. I don't know. So let green. Um, let's see. I mean, I'm assuming something like color struct. That's all. Yep. Cool. That seems to work. Yep. Do command click and you go here. So you do classic C struct, green dot red, and then blue, I mean green, blue. Okay, so this is about colors in the form of RGB. So I think you can have, this is the 32-bit sign. I mean, you can have unsigned because RGB, I think it's usually just positive numbers, but anyways, just gonna go ahead and say red, oops, red integer 32-bit. What does it say? Expected colon. Interesting. Okay, so this, and then can I say green? So expected what? Semicolon here, comma, comma. Okay. And then 32-bit, and then blue, 32-bit. For the last one, you don't need a comma. So here they're saying missing struct fields. Okay. So you'll have to instantiate this. Okay. So green, you'll have to put this RGB values basically. Red 0, green 255, blue 0. Cool. So classic C struct I think should pass after this. I'm gonna have to actually rerun this whole thing again. So I'm gonna stop this for now because there is some weird issue going on there. And tuple structs. Okay. So in tuple structs, there are no named fields. Instead, it's more of 0, 1, 2. Okay. So how do I say this? The size of this tuple is this, or can I say red again like this? I think it can do that because I remember doing tuples, right? Primitive types, primitive types, primitive types 3, primitive types 4, slice, primitive types 5. Yeah, there's the tuple, right? This is just 3 values. Can I have named values though? Not sure. Should I don't know, like, can I give this? What does it say though? Expected comma, okay. Okay, so you can only say what's the data type. Awesome, so you can just say data type and that's all. You can't have names. Makes sense. So you're saying it's a tuple with this thing and then here you say instantiate a tuple struct and then you say color. So this is basically your this, right? You give only the 3 types. You can't have names here. For names, you just put struct in the classic struct. So this is a tuple, tuple struct. So now I can say, I know why it's called tuple. Okay, so it's called a tuple struct because you put struct here. It will be a tuple only when you just say this, right? But now this is a tuple struct. I'm wondering what's the difference between a tuple struct and a tuple. Maybe tuples can't have methods attached to it. I don't know. Cool. So now let's look at this. Color tuple struct. Cool. And then you define like say 0, comma 255, comma 0. And so this is basically RGB. So you just define what you're saying. It's so that people understand that this is RGB. Yeah, RGB and then RGB. Yeah. So that people can understand the first values for the R, second value green and whatnot, and then green is basically 0, 2, 0, 0, 1, 2, and this should pass. Unit structs. Instantiate a unit like struct. Okay, I don't know what that means. Unit like struct. A single unit? I don't know. It doesn't say anything over here. So maybe I guess it's like just give this. That's all. I guess you can't do much over here. And message unit structs are fun. Okay. So okay. So this will give the name of the struct itself. Okay. Interesting. Now I'm going to run the like the whole watch and see if this works out. Oops. Semantics. Awesome. So it works. Awesome. Cool. So yeah, I mean the test pass and you're good to go. So interesting stuff, right? Like this is just a single unit. There's no like okay, there's a one implementation which is derived debug. Like okay, so derived macro is generating an implementation of debug. I'm wondering what that means. Like macro implementation. So implementation of the trade debug. What is the trade debug? Display similar to debug. Can I go to debug? Okay, so it formats the value using the given formatter. Struct. Okay. Okay. So what is this all about? Shells cannot be formatted using add derivative to shell for manually implement debug. Okay. On create local. Okay. Does an implement debug cannot be formatted using because it doesn't implement debug. Okay. So basically this is to okay. So this is an alias for debug basically. Colon question mark is basically an alias for debug. And how is this implemented though? Here it's an explicit implementation. What is the implicit implementation? I'm just wondering what that is. So it says self cannot be formatted, derived debug to self or manually implement. So this is what we've done. Is there a default implementation is what I'm wondering. Compiler built in. What user cannot be derived. Okay, something cannot be derived, some stuff can be derived. Okay. Anyways, basically, I think this is to just debug and find out what's the type. That's the default implementation I'm guessing, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, unit struct is a bit weird, but tuple makes sense. I mean, except that why is it a struct though? Tuple struct. I get you the tuple part. It's a 3-value tuple and all that. And these fields I get. Something to check out about is like the implementations and stuff. I guess we'll have more structs 2, structs 3. Yep. So I'll see you in the next one. And that's all I had for this one. Bye-bye.